Chick Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy for you the life easy. But make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch in the description down below. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay, it's in the description down below. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna keep going back and forth with niggas. Yes, I called you a casual, my boy. I'm not finna keep going back and forth with niggas that say that. I promise you don't watch no games, bro. Half our games be on League Pass, bro. And if you don't pay for League Pass, you can't even watch our games, bro. So, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to hear none of you talking about honestly, bro. So if a nigga say we need a big man, bro, you don't watch our games. It's plain and simple, you know what I'm saying? But we got the craziest prison escape of all time, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, chat, y'all need to tell me if I need to watch Prison Break. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. Let me see. Tell me if I need to watch Prison Break. I try to watch Prison Break, you know what I'm saying? But it started off a little too slow. Like, same thing for Ozark, you know what I'm saying? It started off a little too slow, you know what I'm saying? But it's starting to get heated up way more. Breaking Bad was the same way. And matter of fact, y'all, Raising Kanan drops this Friday, bro. Oh my God. They canceled BMF. So for all the freaking BMF fans, they canceled BMF. I don't know. I guess there's some problems with 50 Cent and Lil Meech in them. You know what I'm saying? But BMF is canceled. For me, honestly, I really ain't like BMF like that. BMF was cool, though. You know what I'm saying? On Cap to you, you know what I'm saying? BMF was cool. You know what I'm saying? But my top 5 from the Power Universe, I think I definitely know. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely know, you feel me, that they're going to do a Power Book 2 spinoff. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. You know what I'm saying? I know they're going to do a Power Book 2 spinoff for sure. How it freaking ended with Brayden. You know what I'm saying? And Brayden and Tariq, you said BMF has 1 season. No, it does not. It is canceled, my boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what season you talking about, but it is definitely canceled. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. But we got the craziest prison escape of all time. You know, my advice is just don't go in prison. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely. If this is El Chapo, bro, it's got to be El Chapo. You know what I'm saying? With the greatest prison, it's got to be El Chapo right here. It's El Chapo.
July 1st, 2018, 9:20 a.m.
It's Chapo.
A security prison south of Paris. One of the
No, this not Chapo. This is Paris. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, it really ain't no freaking escape if you get caught. You know what I'm saying? If you escape, you escape. You ain't supposed to get caught. You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was El Chapo. That was a crazy prison escape right there, man. But Chapo, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, honestly, Chapo paid off some people. He was locked up in Mexico, you know what I'm saying? But he locked up in one of the most secure prisons in the United States of America. That nigga Chapo ain't going nowhere, man.
July 1st, 2018, 9:20 a.m. A high-security prison south of Paris. One of the largest, most modern, and most secure detention centers in France. Hundreds of guards.
How the freak he escaped that?
Walls lined with barbed wire and armored doors. The courtyards are covered with anti-helicopter netting. On all 4 watchtowers, snipers with assault rifles stand at the ready. In solitary confinement cell 207, inmate number 00-10189 waits to be escorted to a visiting room. He is the most heavily guarded prisoner in the country. He was involved in at least 30 robberies, some including hostages, one involving a cash and transit heist that led to the death of a police officer.
It was a heist.
Twice, he slipped away from the police right at the scene of the crime. And 5 years ago, in 2013, he pulled off a spectacular escape from another high-security prison, using a smuggled gun and explosives to blast his way out.
Nigga, the professor or something?
2 guards unlock his cell.
And y'all, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, that's one TV show. Not TV show, but TV series that y'all have to watch is Money Heist. If y'all have not watched Money Heist, bro, you gotta watch Money Heist. That's the best show I've ever watched. Money Heist, bro. If you haven't watched Money Heist, you have to watch Money Heist or Breaking Bad, bro. 2 of the top shows of all time. Money Heist, Breaking Bad, and they both on Netflix.
Down. They do find something suspicious.
Both of them start off slow.
But it's just a pack of gum.
But you gotta be
like him. Despite his staggering record of high-stakes crimes,
gotta be patient.
He's easygoing, funny, and likable. It's almost like he's perfectly comfortable here, behind bars.
Gotta have good attention span.
20 miles away, 65-year-old flight instructor Stefan Bai welcomes 2 new students, Frédéric and Julien, father and son. They're both hyped for their flight. They say they just want to tag along and watch him fly, not pilot themselves, but they do request it to be on board the Alouette too, a vintage collector's model from the 1950s. The pair have been marveling at it because it
You said Money Heist was it from the start? Not really. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they robbed the bank, but I'm talking about when it came to the action, bro. Not really. It took some time, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, you know what I'm saying? They was robbing the bank, but I'm talking about when it came to like action getting good, you know, it took a little, you know what I'm saying? It took a little time. It didn't take no time, you know what I'm saying? It took like half of season 1. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, season 2, you know what I mean? That's when it started busting.
Looks so pretty.
That's when he still was picking up Tokyo from the freaking tone. That's when he was picking up everybody, you know, teaching classes and all that, directing how the heist was going to go and all that, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was kind of a little slow, episode 1 through episode like 5, and then half of other season 1. Yeah, it was like slow the first 5-6 episodes, and then after that it started busting.
Something feels sketchy. Stefan will later recall that he
heard about Game of Thrones. I never watched.
But hey, money is money, right? They pay 500 euros in cash up front. Back in jail, the prisoner is escorted to the visitors block for high-risk inmates. It's situated as far away from the prison entrance as possible. Prison management has been on edge for a while, noticing a change in the inmate's behavior. He's received more visits and seemed to be sending coded messages during phone calls. His casual vibe with the guards could be a tactic to extract useful intel. A couple of days ago, a drone was spotted scouting the facility from above.
You got a drone?
Stefan is waiting for his students on an open field. He has landed on the clearing because they said they needed to stop to pee. They stepped out and disappeared behind some trees. When they return, they're armed.
Holy
they
crap.
claim to know his family and his home address. They say they have been watching him for months, and that their accomplices are waiting at his house as they speak. If he doesn't do exactly as they say, his family dies. They'll tell him where to fly next. On the visitor side of booth number 50, the inmate's older brother is waiting to see his sibling. He has no idea that his little brother is about to pull off the most spectacular prison break.
Ain't no way you finna like escape. They gonna find that nigga. They gonna find this nigga. They gonna find this nigga. Come on, y'all. Who y'all know doing content like this? Who y'all know doing content like this? But nah, though, man. I gotta tell you, is Game of Thrones good, bro? I've been hearing Game of Thrones, bro. Somebody tell me Game of Thrones good. I've been hearing about Game of Thrones a lot, bro. I just never tuned into it. Game of Thrones on Netflix, right? Yeah, Tokyo, man. Tokyo went out like a G, though, bro. It's crazy how we was rooting for the bad guys.
The prisoner calmly waiting for his helicopter ride is Redouane Faïd. He's the country's most infamous criminal. He's also a best-selling author.
That's that nigga right there?
A buff and adrenaline junkie. And to many in France's immigrant suburbs, he's also a legend.
I was rooting
But
for the
to
bad
understand
guys,
all
man.
this, we need to go back to the beginning.
Oh my God.
1978, a suburb near Paris. This is 6-year-old Redouane. He's still in kindergarten, browsing through a newly opened store with his brother, who's 2 years older than him. There's not a single thing in this shop the two could afford. Their parents are Algerian immigrants. The father works in a factory. The mother cleans houses. At home, the boys shared a cramped 3-room apartment with 9 other siblings.
Dang.
The social housing block is surrounded by wealthy suburbs, full of wealthy French kids. Redouane and his brother do not fit the mold. And the store detective makes sure they know it.
Some Cheerios up there. There's some
Redouane
Cheerios.
and his brother do not fit the mold.
What y'all know about them Cheerios, man? I don't know about these other Crisp X. I don't know about that. But Cheerios, see the Cheerios. We ain't got no Frosted Flakes. Y'all don't see no Frosted Flakes on the aisle. No honeycombs. What y'all favorite cereal is? You know what I'm saying? What else? You know what I'm saying? Fruity Pebbles, Lucky Charms, and there.
And the store detective makes sure they
Like
know
a
it.
charm.
He calls them Petit Merguez, a racial slur for Algerian immigrants. But other than that, he doesn't really pay attention to them. Out in the parking lot, the brothers divide up their haul. It's Redouane's first theft ever.
That nigga was Steven in
A couple of weeks
kindergarten.
later, he gets caught. His parents are furious, and his father whips him 20 times with a belt.
Go put belt the
His mother
booty.
makes him promise he will never steal again. Around this time, Redouane discovers the world of film, especially French crime thrillers and American gangster movies. He watches them on repeat, memorizes entire scenes, and acts them out at home for his family.
Scarface.
By his teens, stealing isn't just survival anymore. It's a way of life. He and his friends swipe TVs, stereos, VCRs, car radios, and computers. They use the money to buy Adidas sneakers and flashy tracksuits.
Let's be the bad guy.
More than anything, they go to the movies.
Yeah, let's be the bad guy.
Again and again. Then, at 18 years old, Redouane commits his first bank robbery.
Dang.
He walks in armed, holds the bank employee at gunpoint, and threatens her with a line straight from the French crime film, Marine. Shut up. Do what I tell you. I've got nothing against you. I only want the money. Think of your children. After the robbery, he simply goes back to school and studies for his high school exams. There's no one to scold him.
Nigga just robbed the nigga. Nigga just robbed the nigga and then went back to school for the exams. You know what I'm saying?
He simply goes back to school and studies for his high school exams. There's no one to scold him anymore at home. His father has moved back to Algeria, and his mother is dying of leukemia.
Dang.
He'll later write in his autobiography that, from that moment on, he stopped caring. Redouane Faïd's crimes are getting bigger, and they seem to be directly inspired by American action films. During a heist, he and his crew end up taking a bank director and his family hostage. They are wearing rubber masks with the faces of famous politicians, just like Patrick Swayze in Point Break. Redouane even delivers a line from the movie when they leave the scene.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and please don't forget to vote!
In another hostage situation 2 years later, Faïd and his men show up in sharp black suits in homage to Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs. They even adopt the thing with the color-coded aliases.
Mr. White, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Blue, Mr. Orange.
Crazy-ish right here, y'all.
But this time the job goes sideways.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Don't ask me to do no heist. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Don't ask me to do no heist. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. I don't care how much money, I don't care how much gold, like for Money Heist. You know what I'm saying? You remember when it was Tokyo and freaking dang, you got Tokyo, Moscow died. It was Tokyo and Berlin died. It was Tokyo and her boyfriend. I forgot her boyfriend name. And a little bro. You gotta understand, bro. Money Heist, Tokyo. What's his name, bro? I forgot this nigga name, bro. What's his bro? What's that nigga name? It's her boyfriend. You know what I'm saying, bro? Freaking Tokyo and her boyfriend, bro, was the reason the heist went wrong. Like was going wrong in the freaking Tokyo, the reason why Moscow died, bro. You know what I'm saying? But nah, though, you feel me? Like I went back with Tokyo and them. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't give a dang. I guess cause Tokyo and her boyfriend, you know, they split ways, and then her boyfriend, you feel me? Freaking used some type of phone, and the freaking agents found out where they was, and you know what I'm saying, they had to do another heist to get the nigga back and stuff like that, man. You know, I would have just stayed the freak gone. I ain't gonna cap, but heist different, but you know what I'm saying? Heist is different, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Heist is different, bro. You can talk about robbing, you know what I mean, somebody else. You can talk about doing a robbery on the street, but heist, nigga, trying to do a heist? Sure. Get caught, nigga, you Swiss cheese.
Mr. Orange, Mr. Pink.
You nigga doing heists. These real robbers right here, nigga.
And they have to flee from the cops, just like in the movie.
Real robbers, nigga.
However, all these spectacular crimes still don't seem enough for Faïd. One of his all-time favorite gangster films is Michael Mann's Heat, and after watching it over and over again, he sets himself a new goal. The holy grail of robbery: armored trucks. An industrial area on the outskirts of Paris.
GTA in real life.
Behind the wheel of a Renault. He spots his target, a 6-ton armored truck with 3 armed guards inside, and slams his car straight into it. Within seconds, 2 more cars appear, blocking the truck from the front and back. 5 men in hockey masks jump out, AK-47s in hand,
Dang.
just like in the movie Heat. They surround the truck, moving fast. One of them slaps an explosive-looking package onto the windshield. The guards step out and surrender. Faïd and his crew start emptying the truck, but there's a problem. It's simply too much cash. Moving the money out takes way too long.
Dang.
After just 3 minutes, police are on the scene. Gunfire erupts. Faïd takes a bullet to the shoulder. He does manage to escape with his crew, but he has lost blood on the crime scene. Now the police have his DNA and start to investigate his identity. And if they catch him, he's looking at 15 years behind bars. Stefan Bey and his 2 captors land for a second time. The hijackers have 2 more men waiting on the ground. They haul large black duffel bags into the helicopter. One of them climbs in, all dressed in black, hood pulled over his head.
I'll be trying to tell y'all, bro, movies really influence niggas, bro. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, movies be influencing niggas for real, though. No cap, bro. Like, niggas want to be like Scarface for real, though. Scarface influenced a lot of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You know what I'm saying? These niggas start looking at movies and they start looking up, you feel me, to these characters, and they be wanting to be like these characters. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with you, bro. Saying some niggas really just be trying to be like these niggas for real.
Stefan is held at gunpoint.
Thinking it's that easy, though. They thinking it's that easy, that simple. Like, niggas probably look at Money Heist, oh yeah, this is gonna be that easy, but y'all gotta realize in Money Heist, bro, the professor was supposed to get caught so many freaking times. You know what I'm saying? That was like one of the smartest niggas I've ever seen on TV. Bro got lucky, I ain't gonna cap. Bro got lucky 2 times. That boy supposed to be Swiss cheese. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, you can't make no mistakes if you're trying to do a heist. If you're trying to do this, you can't make no mistakes. No mistakes. Everything got to be planned perfectly. And bro planned it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? And still almost got caught. Well, he did get caught. You feel me? But bro was just on some different level. Smart-ish. I ain't gonna cap.
Climbs in, all dressed in black, hood pulled over his head. Stefan is held at
y'all
gunpoint
niggas ain't the
entire
professor, though,
time.
nigga.
Now he's ordered to take off again. He flips the ignition switches and presses the starter.
Y'all niggas
But
nowhere
nothing
near the
happens.
professor, nigga.
The kidnappers think he's trying to outsmart them and start freaking out. They beat and threaten him. If he doesn't do as they say, his family dies. Stefan manages to convince them that he really needs to step out to check the wiring. Finally, the engine roars back to life. They take off again. The hijackers are well prepared. The duffel bags are packed with tear gas, smoke grenades, masks, AK-47s, and an angle grinder. And so the heli thunders towards the high-security prison, where Redouane Faïd is sitting calmly in visiting room 50, chatting away with his older brother. Hands down, this really is the kind of stuff you'd expect in a Hollywood blockbuster. But say you're in the US and can't stream this French film.
Shit, here we go with a sponsor, nigga. I hate when you be doing this, Farn. Hey, Farn, I love you, boy, but golly, you be pissing me off with these sponsors. Gotta get your money, though, boy. You gotta get your money. Mess with you. Ain't get mad at that.
Back to Redouane Faïd in prison. How did he land there in the first place?
Chapter 2, nigga. Catch Fade if you can.
20 years earlier, the Movenpick Hotel in Basel. An employee enters a room to prepare for the next guest.
Switcher.
She has no idea she's not alone. Redouane Faïd has been hiding there for over 3 hours. Outside, the police are searching for him across the entire city.
Oh, shoot.
A few hours earlier, Faïd was arrested on a train heading from Germany to France. German federal police took him into custody. He had been hiding abroad for months. But when the officers escort him off the train, he manages to break free. He runs straight across the tracks to shake the cops.
The cuffs on?
A train roars in and blocks the officers from following.
Hey.
He jumps several meters down and twists his ankle, so now he's limping. Somehow he makes it to the back entrance of the Movenpick Hotel and sneaks inside. He finds several open doors, since the cleaning staff are still working. He needs to get out of here somehow. He thinks about calling a contact in Strasbourg, but he doesn't have a phone, so what now? There's a payphone right outside the hotel, but he also doesn't have any coins. He calmly approaches the receptionist to ask if she can give him some change for a bill. She places the coins in front of him, which leads to another problem. His hands are still cuffed. What if she notices and calls the police? Faïd keeps it cool, acts like he's casually reading a promo poster behind the desk. The moment the receptionist turns away, he quickly scoops up the coins. The first call fails, and he disappears onto the hotel rooftop to hide for a couple of hours. He tries again, turns around, and finds himself surrounded by 20 police officers.
Got him. Golly, boy. You cooked. You cooked.
The next day, Faïd is at the hospital with 2 officers to have his ankle checked. He seems to be in serious pain, but that's just an act. In a fraction of a second, he drops his crutches and snatches a gun from one of the officers.
This nigga's a savage!
Training Krav Maga during his time in Israel, a super efficient military combat technique designed for fast defense and brutal disarmament. Before the second officer can react, Faïd drives his elbow into his face.
Frick is
The
this
officer
nigga?
drops and Faïd takes his gun too. Then he runs, as fast as he can, for the second time in 24 hours.
Nigga
You
escaped
would think
police
a guy
custody
like that
2
would be
times.
watched extra closely in jail. At 11:18 a.m.
I mean, you wouldn't think that this nigga would escape like a prison like that heavily guarded. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So you kind of tend to lack wise cracking. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, this nigga ain't finna escape this. I'm saying, yeah, he escaped police custody 2 times outside, but nah, here, nigga, this junk secure in here, nigga. So, nigga, you ain't thinking a nigga finna escape this prison, nigga.
This prison guard hears a strange noise.
Well, you whooping the nigga.
Hum or buzzing
I was
sound.
finna cuss, boy, my God!
To her, it sounds like a leaf blower. Weird, she thinks. The gardeners are not supposed to work on Sundays. Well, it's not a leaf blower. But the facility is prepared for this. This sentinel receives an urgent order over the radio: unseal. The same thing happens on other watchtowers. Each one is equipped with a special case. The guard has to break the seal to open it. Inside is an HK-G36 assault rifle. He grabs it and takes aim. The helicopter just keeps descending. The prison yards are covered with anti-helicopter netting. Flying in there would be a suicide mission.
Anti-helicopter
But this
netting,
is not a
bro.
random helicopter. It's a 60-year-old vintage model, just small enough to slip through this unsecured gap in the last one of the prison yards. Also, this is not a regular landing. In fact, they're not touching down at all. Redouane Faïd must have known somehow that prison guards are not allowed to shoot at a flying helicopter. There's a proper protocol for this. And maybe he also knew that Stéphane Baye is one of the few pilots in all of France who are skilled enough to pull this off, to keep this specific type of vintage heli steady enough while hovering above the ground. Investigators will later discover that Faïd had been writing letters to Stéphane's stepdaughter for 2 entire years. And this friendship was not Faïd's only connection to the outside.
So I don't cuss God, bro. God, the reason I don't cuss, I can't go in deep detail, but God, bro. You don't understand until you don't understand, you know what I'm saying? Gotta get closer to him, man, to understand that, man. It's easy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Once you get close to God, it's easy.
World. Because at this point, Redouane Faïd is already a star.
Slumdog Millionaire.
October 2010, 12
That was chapter 3?
October 2010, 12 years after his escape in Basel, 8 years before his helicopter prison break, Redouane Faïd sits in a French talk show.
This nigga?
Gangster, braqueur, voyou, voleur, appelez ça comme vous voulez, il revendique à peu près tous ces mots-là. Bonjour Redouane Faïd.
Bonjour.
Les banques, vous en avez braqué combien en tout?
Alors, officiellement, j'en ai braqué qu'une, puisque j'étais condamné que pour une banque. On m'a soupçonné d'en avoir braqué une trentaine, mais bon, ça, c'est que des dires et des racontars.
He's a welcome guest at the time, a bit of a sensation even. Redouane Faïd has written a book about his cinematic crimes, so now he's making the rounds on French TV to promote it.
C'est terrible de dire ça, mais le cinéma était pour moi un mode d'emploi pour braquer.
Et on voyait ça un petit
And
peu.
that's why I be trying to tell y'all, bro. Movies literally be giving you tips on how to do things, I swear. I be taking tips from movies too, I can't cap. I be like, okay, what he do wrong? What he didn't do? You know what I'm saying? What he did do? What he did do? You know what I'm saying? Movies, bro, give you tips, bro, how to, you know, finesse this junk for real, though. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Mais le
You gotta pay attention, bro.
Pour braquer.
Movies be
Et
giving
on voyait ça un
niggas
petit peu,
game.
l'attaque de fourgon blindé en ligne de mire. Pourquoi? Parce que quand t'attaques un fourgon blindé, c'est le top des tops.
The caption on screen reads, former gangster. Well, not so long ago, he was anything but. In late 1998, 3 months after his escape in Basel, Faïd was caught and sentenced to 18 years in jail for armed robbery. He was granted parole for good behavior after just under 9 years. Now he presents himself as a changed man, as someone who has learned his lesson.
La vie de bandit, c'est que de la vie de merde. Vous savez, vous faites souffrir tout le monde. Quand vous allez en prison, c'est une sanction carrément qui est collective parce que votre famille, votre femme, vos enfants, vos frères, vos sœurs, vos parents, tout le monde paye.
He got married. His brother has landed him an office job. He appears to be taking it easy now.
Did you change
At
it?
one point, he attends a film event where Michael Mann is physically present, the director of Heat, the very film that inspired his biggest heist.
Moi personnellement je suis un ancien gangster, malheureusement je m'en vante pas. Je viens de faire une dizaine d'années de prison, j'ai attaqué des fourgons blindés, des bijouteries, des banques, monsieur Toubiana je pense. Et je leur ai répondu que non, j'avais un conseiller technique, un prof de fac, une sorte de mentor, et il s'appelle Michael Mann. Alors ma question en fait elle est simple, c'est est-ce qu'il a conscience qu'il y ait des gangsters qui puissent s'inspirer de son cinéma, parce que moi ça m'est arrivé.
Faïd addresses Mann directly. Michael Mann looks amused, but also a bit uncomfortable. He doesn't know what to say.
Thank you for that. I don't know how to respond.
In another talk show stint, Faïd is asked if he thinks he could ever relapse.
Ah non, bah, moi mes démons, vous savez, ils sont morts, ils sont pas endormis.
That's a bold-faced lie. Because at this point, he's already back to committing crimes. And not just petty theft, but a crime so shocking it will shake the entire country.
Hey! Nigga gave you a second chance, nigga gave you a chance of parole, and you come out here and do this?
Créteil, a suburb southeast of downtown Paris. Two officers are...
Nigga never tell, but they never tell.
His partner, Aurélie Fouquet. Fouquet is 26 years old. She became a mother just a year ago. For them, it's just another day on the job. But then they get a call from the National Police. They're told to head to the A4 highway exit. Some criminals are on the run in a white van. They pull up at an intersection with flashing lights and blaring sirens. They have no idea what they're about to get into. These men had a plan to rob an armored cash truck carrying 16 million euros.
Dang, 60
but 30
million
minutes ago,
euros?
a routine traffic stop turned their heist into a high-speed, all-out chase with the police. Now they've crashed and need a new getaway car. But at that exact moment, the two patrol officers arrive. The gang doesn't hesitate to
Gotta shoot it out now.
The windshield of the patrol car alone is pierced by 16 bullets.
Killed. Got him.
Fouquet is hit multiple times. The gunmen flee. Fouquet is rushed to the hospital.
He died.
And by the end of the day, she is dead.
Yup. She dead. She died.
The murder of Aurélie Fouquet sends shockwaves throughout the entire country. At her funeral, thousands of police officers stand in mourning. Among them is French President Nicolas Sarkozy. He posthumously awards her a Medal of Honor and delivers a promise. He will do everything it takes to find out who did it.
Les meurtriers d'Aurélie Fouquet, je le dis devant son cercueil, seront punis avec la sévérité qu'exige l'ignominie de leur crime.
Redouane Faïd feels safe. So safe he keeps telling his gangster stories on camera. Here he is in a documentary. The film recounts how Fouquet was gunned down.
Gotta be real bold, bro. This nigga just killed somebody, just pulled off another robbery, and here he is still talking about his gangster stories on live television when you know niggas after your head.
Here he is in a documentary. The film recounts how Fouquet was gunned down, and then Redouane Faïd appears, not as a suspect, not as a fugitive, but as an expert on this kind of heist. At the time, the filmmakers had no idea that the man sitting in front of them had a part in the killing of Aurélie Fouquet. The failed attack on the armored cash truck has Faïd's signature all over it, but he has an airtight alibi, and he swears he was not involved. But investigators keep digging and eventually find compelling surveillance footage. A security camera has caught Faïd inside the white van used by the criminals. Faïd was not on the scene when the shots were fired, but police gather enough evidence to pin him down as the mastermind behind the operation. After 1 year on the run, Faïd is captured.
He was the mastermind behind it?
And he goes straight back to prison.
He was a professor?
Whether you're invited to a talk show or heading out on a date, there are moments when you want to look your best.
Oh God, here we go with a sponsor again. Come on now, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't even there. He was just a mastermind. All right, chapter 4. This is The Great Escape. Hold on. Yeah.
Two inmates are taking out the trash, accompanied by a prison guard. Suddenly, they see a helicopter in the courtyard.
Finna free my nigga!
They wonder if it could be firefighters.
They make an insane escape, boy.
Bolts into a nearby office, hiding behind bulletproof glass. Meanwhile, the two prisoners are about to witness Redouane Faïd's spectacular prison escape up close. One of the three men stays with Stéphane, the pilot, and continues to press a gun to his head. The other two jump out. They are masked and wearing bulletproof vests beneath their clothes. Each of them carries an AK-47. They've just landed in the honor courtyard. Prisoners do not have access here. It's only used when inmates enter or leave the facility. That's why nobody thought anti-helicopter cables were needed here. The man in green runs towards a reinforced white door. He carries an angle grinder with a 14-inch 35cm blade. His partner sets off 3 smoke grenades, releasing thick white smoke. The helicopter's spinning blades churn it into a roaring chaos, until the entire courtyard is engulfed.
There's some money heist type junk for real. No cap.
The sound of the cutting angle screeches through the entire prison.
No cap, bro.
Faïd knows what that means. It's time. By now, it's clear to everyone that nobody here is blowing leaves. The blade of the grinder slices through the locking doors. Clean, precise. 40 seconds is all it takes. The man in green can just push the door open and step inside. The guards slowly realize what's happening, but they're not carrying firearms and are unable to interfere. One of them sticks to protocol and calls the Civil Aviation Authority. They don't understand what's happening. Another calls the standard line for police emergencies and gets put on hold. A third contacts the local police, but the officer on the other end thinks it's a prank. The sentinels on the 4 watchtowers are the
prank.
only ones carrying firearms, but they can't see the helicopter because their view is blocked by other buildings. And they're not allowed to fire at a flying aircraft anyway. Total, utter chaos. By now, Fayid's brother knows exactly what's going on. He's furious. He thought his brother was ready to change. And now this, another escape. He just can't help himself. Fayid's accomplice has already cut his way through several locks. And now he has reached the door to visiting room 50, where Redouane Fayid is waiting. The angle grinder slices through the metal. The door is open.
Get out of here.
Fayid has been waiting for this. He storms out and rushes down a long corridor, followed by the man in green. His brother is left behind, frozen and stunned. At 11:28 a.m., Redouane Fayid steps into the prison courtyard, 10 minutes after the helicopter got there. He sees the 2 inmates that have taken out the trash, brings his right hand to his temple, and gives them an Air Force salute. Then he climbs into the helicopter. Dozens of inmates stand pressed against the bars of their cells to watch. As the helicopter lifts off, the entire prison erupts into applause. It's almost like a movie scene.
It's crazy. That nigga pulled it off, boy. That's months of planning, though. That's months of planning.
By hijacking a notorious gangster is on the run again.
Criminal who is a big movie fan. He has broken out of prison twice now.
And you can just about make out the helicopter flying off into the distance.
Multiple armed
They found him? I bet they found him.
Helicopter which picked up Redouane Fayid from within the prison grounds.
The news of Redouane Fayid's prison break spreads across the world. He was already famous, a TV figure, the center of a cult-like hype. But this is a whole new level. A well-known French actress writes on social media, "Bravo, Redouane Fayid. All of France is with you." The French police declare him the country's most wanted man.
They
3
caught
months
him?
later, the authorities track him down.
Hey, they got the nigga. Dang, I thought the nigga got away, man. Dang.
Most wanted
They
man.
got the nigga, man.
3 months later, the authorities track him down.
They caught him. They caught
Hiding
him.
in an apartment in his hometown, Cailles. He's been disguising himself under a burqa during public outings. When he finally stands trial in 2020, authorities take extreme security measures, including a no-fly zone above the courthouse.
All that for nothing, man. All that for
The
nothing.
court cites a psychiatric assessment describing him as a social predator and gifted at manipulation. He uses his charm and intelligence to control others and get what he wants. Fayid himself says that for him, it was always about the adrenaline. He says he is addicted to it and calls himself a sick man. His Hollywood-style heists made headlines worldwide, but he also made his family suffer, traumatized hostages, and caused the death of a 26-year-old police officer. Fayid stood 2 separate trials. For his heists, his role in Aurélie Fouquet's death, and his 2 escapes from prison.
That nigga dead. That nigga done. He
was
under the
sentenced
jail.
to a total of 39 years in jail. His lawyer says he's been held in solitary confinement since 2019. He is strip searched up to 5 times a day at random intervals. At least 4 guards escort him to each and every one of his phone calls. And even then, his hands have to remain in shackles. Fayid himself says he feels like he's been buried alive. His earliest possible release date is 2060. He would be 88 years old by then.
88. Oh, man, y'all just got a man. That gangster life, man, ain't it, man. Gangster life is not it, man. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, y'all just chill out, man. You feel me? Money ain't that important, bro. That's why we trying to tell niggas, like, money is not that important, bro. It's not that important, I swear, bro. Like, I'd rather be, like, I'd rather not have any money than be, like, just be free. I ain't gonna count. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my soul and my freedom, those 2 things, bro, that doesn't have a price on it, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. My soul and my freedom, bro. You know what I'm saying? Money ain't that important to make me give my freedom away, bro. It ain't, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'll be good where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? F getting rich. Straight up. I'm cool where I'm at, cuz. I'm gonna keep it real with you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Money ain't that important, but it give away my soul and my freedom. Cop. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather